Hello, how we doing? Right. Season 3, episode 1. So we had a bit of a romping season preview. If you recall what happened, you went to Wembley Stadium to be indoctrinated into Crazy Kiosk, where you would, when Mr. Crazy Kiosk was on stage, he basically said he didn't like agents and sent you to Australia. He also didn't like the cost of medical research, so he got Two Snakes Medical, an EI sub-company, to start making sex dolls. Sent you off to Two Snakes Medical to get some sex dolls to sell. You went to, what was the name of the country we took the piss out of last time? With the fake war, where the Sky Bridge starts.
Don't know, it was somewhere in Africa.
Sierra Leone. No? Yes? No?
No, somewhere
I can't remember.
Senegal or something.
Senegal? Yeah, it was somewhere on the East Coast. Anyway. So you bought an armoured personnel carrier, got onto a bridge. The bridge got blown up by an accidental, you think, maybe, could have been aimed at you. Who knows? But the pretend war accidentally hit the bridge or something, and you got blown up. Your armoured personnel carrier is now upside down on the carriageway. And 5 days of walking later, because no help can even get to you, because you're the wrong end of the bridge, right by the African coast, and there's a big hole in the bridge. 5 days of walking later, you get to the halfway service station, and your android is still with you, slightly damaged. I am here to please you, says Candy, if I recall.
Yes.
I think it was.
Candy with an eye.
It's all coming back now.
Yeah. And you see before you the service station. Welcome break. And there are rows and rows and rows of barbecue. And the smell of freshly barbecued shrimp and cheap lager fills your nostrils. And ahead of you is the service station. There's no other traffic in, just a couple of vehicles and 2 customers in the entire service station and 1 member of staff. It's not a busy bridge, this.
Right, okay.
Those 2 customers are
hungry.
A reenactor for Queen Elizabeth I and a man wearing a white suit with a white trilby hat and white shoes with a little black ribbon around his hat.
Okay. Here's the plan. We go here. If the man from Del Monte says anything, we're fucking shooting first and asking questions later.
I just want food.
Yeah,
Good day,
drink we
says the service station attendant, and as they speak, you immediately notice how bad their dental hygiene is. Their teeth are mostly missing. Those have still got a black.
Don't care. Get food. Anything.
Well, we've got shrimp.
Fine, as long as it's cooked.
Okay, he goes up to his barbecues, turns the shrimp over again, shuffles them about a bit on the barbie, and then slings them onto a paper plate. Says, there you go. Bonza, do you want a cheap lager to go with it? We've got Foster's and Castlemaine 4X.
I don't give a
things I know
fuck.
Australians would never drink.
Apparently,
I
there
don't
isn't any Fosters in Australia.
Yeah, I know. Nonetheless, we've got Foster's and Castlemaine 4X.
What? No Swan?
What the fuck's a swan?
Swan beer. Swan lager.
Isn't that like an animal that you have in somewhere in Europe or some shit?
Well, if it's
All
not
the
on
animals around there want to kill you.
if it's not on the barbecue, then it must be a
Then we
beer.
ate everything else, all we got left is shrimp.
Have you got anything more sugary than beer?
I can put some sugar in the Foster's.
Okay, that'll do.
No.
He gets the table shaker and sugar.
Just
I'm
stir
sure.
it a bit, will you?
Having Foster's is like making love in a canoe. It's fucking close to water. It's not happening.
I'll shrimp in a Castlemaine.
Oh, here you go. Extra sugar.
No, no sugar.
Just a standard amount then, and he pours some sugar in. There you go.
Oh,
You want milk in that? You
no,
sound
sir.
English. I think you want milk, don't you?
Sir.
Don't worry. I know you're shy. I'll just chuck some in there for you. There you go.
You
Good
dweeb,
grief.
you got a beer with milk in it.
Milk and
And
sugar,
sugar.
just how you English like it. There you go.
That looks disgusting.
Never.
Fine, I'll have
Just-
it then.
Honestly, everything you put in a Castle Mine 4X makes it taste better.
I've never been so proud to be Scottish than I do right now. Except for tasting this shit without milk and sugar in it.
Hello, says a man in a white suit with white shoes and a white hat with a black ribbon around it.
Does he have an orange in his hand?
He does not.
Don't want to know.
Do we know you?
No, but I think we were both involved in a car accident up the road. My employer wishes to inquire as to the nature of your business.
If we're asking questions, may I ask a question first?
Certainly.
I turn round and just point my gun at him and say, were you involved in a car accident that wasn't your fault?
Yes.
So are we.
So were
18
we.
so far this week.
You're a shit driver then.
There's a trend there.
She won't let me behind the wheel. How do you do? My name is Mr. Pitch.
Mr. What?
Mr.
Dick.
Pitch. And he holds his hand up to shake your hand.
I'll just pass in my sugary milky Castlemaine.
Oh, thank you very much. Although I only drink Costa coffee, so if you don't mind, I'll just pour this out and use it as a toilet because there's no loos here. And he turns away and starts pissing into the glass. Don't waste that, says the attendant.
Jesus, at least go around the corner.
I can use that. I can rebrew it into Foster's.
Yeah, at that point, I put the Fosters back down on the table and just say,
Oh.
That makes me wonder about the shrimp.
So what is it you gentlemen do?
You seem to want to know our business, but the
I'm
answer
just
is
making
none.
conversation. I mean, we're the only people here for thousands of miles other than somebody who's only got 3 black teeth.
Aye, but
You seemed at least relatively normal.
there's just something about you that
there's nothing normal about our relatives, I can assure you.
There's just something about you. I don't know if I've seen you in passing or anything.
What do you mean? Nothing normal about your relatives? Are you from Scotland? Are you inbred?
I mean, I'm not inbred.
I was talking to that one who said that there's nothing normal about his relatives.
Look, no, I'm not inbred. My family are definitely not in bakery. We're not inbred. We're in lots of other things, but we're not inbred.
Well, we're in the coffee trade ourselves, although Her Highness, as she likes to be called, she's the CEO of the company, she's decided to pivot. We're
Is that
going
what they're
into
calling it nowadays?
we're going into the dental hygiene market.
That's a very natural transition of business model.
Well, you'd think this.
We can't just read the ticker tape.
I mean,
Stevie, the next time you complain about my puns, I'm just going to direct you to that right now, just right there.
Is it because too many customers have complained about having their teeth fall out because of
Well,
your
yes,
sugary
coffee.
coffee?
Coffee, with the amount of crap we put in it, does tend to rot the teeth, so it seems like a natural synergy for us.
At least you admit it.
Why would we not?
Uh,
It might
We're all
stop-
business people here, aren't we?
aye.
What is
very
it you're
honest.
selling?
Well,
items for personal use.
Items for personal use?
Yes.
aye. Well, listen. Maybe your highness would like some.
It's entirely possible.
Guys, have we got anything that looks vintage?
Apart from the shrimp, no.
No, the fucking stalk.
Oh,
Like, have we got any that look wooden?
I have to flip through the catalogue to see what we've got. I don't know.
Okay, let's have a. It's almost a luck roll. What we will do is we will call it presence plus corporate knowledge. I think.
Presence just
Okay.
corporate.
Yeah.
Good luck,
And that is a miss by quite a large amount.
Do you want to use conviction?
I don't think it would. Oh yeah, could do. Yeah, go on. I'll use the conviction. I still got 3.
Yeah, there you go. Plenty.
Passed. That
You
passed.
passed.
Yes.
Oh, yes. You actually have a steampunk model called Britannia.
Britannia. We could
Aye,
sell
that'll work.
Look. Show her this page.
Oh my! I see. Can I keep this catalogue? Do you mind?
Have we got any more copies?
I don't know.
You've got some with you.
Okay.
Not as many because most of the pallets are still in your armored personnel carrier back at the other end of the bridge. But you've managed to carry some with you, and Cindy is holding a load, carrier bags full of them.
I don't see why not. As long as you contact us if you want any.
Of course. Thank you. Have a good day now. Apparently, we've lost our audience because of the Scottish insult. All right, thank you. And he wanders off back to the woman, the cosplayer of Elizabeth I, and he sort of starts talking to her, gestures a bit, shows her the catalogue, and as she is looking at the catalogue, she squeezes her shrimp so hard the head pops off and hits the attendant in the mouth in one of his teeth. Oh shit! My last remaining front tooth.
Well, that could be a good sign.
Makes it more symmetrical.
And then she sort of looks across at you from the other side of the service station, and face of pure anger, you know. And she gets up and starts leaving.
I'm sorry. They do come in various sizes. If you don't like the size, we can vary them.
Is she a bit prudish?
And they head out toward their vehicle, ignoring everything you say, and they've got a clapped out rental car. And they get in, and as Mr. Pitch gets in the passenger side, the door falls off, and they drive off. And then, coming down the motorway from the direction you came, is a really old and knackered Winnebago. It looks like it's had, like it's taken serious damage around the wheels and stuff. It's making a kind of a rattling sound from the engine, and it pulls into the service station, sort of slowly creaking its way in, comes to a stop, at which point one of the front tires immediately deflates. And this old guy gets out, and he gets out of Zimmer frame as well, and he's just starts slowly making his way towards the counter.
Do you want to try your sales pitch again, Danny?
I think I might give it a miss with this guy. I bet he has loads. It's the
Right, one
elderly
could
who
put a
are
bit of
the
pep in his
most
step.
deceptive.
Right. We have a decision to make, guys.
We do.
Yes. We either head back and try and get that bloody vehicle of ours the right way up, which I don't think is going to be possible.
Not happening.
Or we head back home with our tail between our legs, our heads lowered, with all these bloody fucking catalogs, and we're going to end up getting screwed right royally, and probably unfortunately by nothing that's actually in this catalog. Or we got to head to Australia, which then brings into how we're going to get there. Because fucked if I'm walking all the way to fucking Australia with these fucking catalogs in my fucking hands for fucking days on fucking end. And yes, I'd just like to remind everyone that this stream is for adults only.
Just to remind me, sorry, are we only selling the catalogs?
You're selling products, but you only have the catalogs to sell them with, and you're one example that's slightly damaged.
Okay.
Yeah, we've got...
On account of the fact she got blown up.
Well, there's a Winnebago we could possibly borrow in the car park.
A very broken one.
Beggars can't be choosers, and at the moment, we barely qualify as beggars.
Surely the staff have a car.
Yeah, like I said, there's a couple of beat-up old bangers in the car park as well.
Right. Have you seen... the staff? There is one member of staff. He has hardly any teeth. He urinates and regurgitates his urine to sell as beer.
He might have a pristine car.
Do you really trust a vehicle being maintained by this gentleman?
Dude, have you seen most guys' rooms that are my age? Like, they're piled high with shit, but their computers are just beautiful.
Yeah, except the ones out there are clapped out old bangers. Besides, the Winnebago is a perfect place to hide our stock.
Well, this guy's going to take ages, so...
Yeah, he's still on his way to the counter to order his shrimp and his Fosters.
Then he's probably got the keys.
Interesting, actually.
So, you're just going to walk up to the Winnebago? You're going to fix it first? Or you're just going to drive off?
Are we able, like, he's obviously moving very slowly. I'm trying to listen out to see if I can hear, like, jangling keys.
No, you hear him kind of out of breath as he slowly makes his way to the counter. He looks like he's 140 years old.
Is that even possible? Okay. I could always try and sort of help him to the desk.
Mm-hmm.
See if I can get a quick feel.
Okay.
Of anything in his pocket.
Right. You have a quick feel. Could you make a crime plus reflexes check, please? Actually, maybe agility. Yeah, let's make it agility.
Even better, because my crime is terrible. Oh, double one.
Double one. Okay.
Double one.
You have found 8,000 slip credit. All right. A stash of Class A drugs, but I'm going to make them corporation drugs, so let me just find something there.
5,000 slip credits.
What did I say? Yeah, 5,000, that'll do.
Yeah.
Lambanic acid, 3 doses of that. It's also known as screaming Norwegian rune disease. You've also found some cytropine, and you found you found 10 doses of tryptodimethyl transmerate, which is also known as Dream or TDT.
I'll just put TDT.
Yeah, that is all of those are on page 48 of the book.
Right. More importantly, did you find the keys?
You also found on his person, and this is without him noticing at all, because you did crit, you found a heavily pimped up injector pistol in gold, a Gemini Mosquito, page 35. And an AMS handheld rocket launcher, or rocket pistol, with... it's only got one rocket that's kind of loaded, but that was sort of, in his jacket as well. Was you helping? Oh, thank you, young sir. You also discover a 9-inch penis, but that's attached and you can't take it.
But are there any keys?
No.
Well, I mean, I don't want everything.
You can have all of that because you just find that as you're rummaging through his pockets as you're helping him.
Wow. Okay. I just don't know.
I just want to congratulate you on just how well you felt that guy up.
Yeah, apparently.
You've missed your calling.
What, to feel up a 9-inch penis on a 140-year-old man?
It's a pickpocket. Not a sex pest.
140-year-old pimp.
Pimp, sorry. I'm surprised he's not wearing a fur coat.
I was about to say, has he not got like a fur coat and all that?
It's hanging in the Winnebago.
Uh-huh.
Oh
God.
Very let's go really 1970s retro.
Okay, so I guess I'd head out to join the others and say, well, I didn't find keys, but I found pretty much everything else.
I'll look in the driver's windows if I can see keys actually still in the machine.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, he's left it unlocked. Look.
Oh, fantastic. He's a fucking pimp, this guy.
God, this
Like,
was
look.
inside the Winnebago then.
I kind of discreetly show them like some of the like cytropane and stuff.
Oh, look at that rocket launcher.
Yeah, you're not about the rocket launcher. What about this?
It's a rocket launcher pistol with one rocket.
This is Class A.
That rocket launcher is Class A. That's wonderful.
Fine, you have the fucking rocket launcher.
How big is that? How big is that rocket?
It's handheld. It's a pistol.
So not the biggest rocket you felt then.
No.
Hey, you don't know about that in character. I'm not telling you at all.
Just keep it to yourself.
I do.
That's just
No, I think we would have got. I think we would have got a notion when you were like, ooh, ooh.
No, Danny's a bit traumatized.
both the guns are on page 35 of the core rules if you want stats at any point.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
So you get on board the Winnebago, I assume.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. There are only 2 seats in the front, but just behind the front is a lounge area with a load more seating and seatbelts and stuff like that. Behind that appears to be a lot of boxes, and they're all labelled Colgate.
Ah, that's why you wanted the toothpaste name.
Yes.
Okay. Is there going to be more Class A shit in there?
Well, you don't know.
Oh, well, I'm asking them, obviously. I go over to one and see if I can prize.
Okay, you open the box. It is full of electric toothbrushes.
Are they battery powered?
Most of them.
Is there a way to unscrew one of the toothbrushes?
Yeah, it's brand new. It's in its box.
Yeah, I kind of pull one out,
Yep, it's an electric toothbrush.
Strange cargo for a pimp.
Nothing in here.
That
It is a
depends on
genuine-
that depends. I have heard that electric toothbrushes can do in a pinch.
Well, I mean, if you're desperate, I suppose women like these. Good
Okay.
accompaniment.
All right. So are you just driving off in this thing?
Yep.
Okay. So as you drive off, the very old man's face turns to anger, and he turns around, and in a smooth movement, he goes. And you drive off. You are, however, you did have that puncture on the front left, so you're kind of driving on the rim. So there's the occasional spark, and it's not the smoothest ride, and you're making a bit of noise. And you proceed to drive towards Australia, and you've just pretty much got the road to yourself. This was the only vehicle on it. In fact, where the hell did this even come from? You soon realise when you've noticed that there's no suspension in this thing that the old man probably accidentally jumped the bridge, not realising it had a hole in it. That's why it's so clapped out. Meanwhile, after a couple of hours driving, you are overtaken by your own armoured personnel carrier. It zooms past you. With people hanging out the side, going woo as they scream by you. They look like punks.
Of course, there's got to be punks in Australia.
And one of them, as he's going
Motherfuckers!
past, screams. What does he scream? Where's my notes? I made a note of this. Ah, yes, there it is. There it is.
Oh, this is important.
He screams, "Mel Gibson forever!" Also, he has really bad teeth.
Mel Gibson. Who the fuck's Mel Gibson?
Oh, God. He's a fanboy of some kind.
It's probably a porn star.
That's who it probably is.
Were they Australian? Did he say that in an Australian accent?
Yes, sorry.
It could,
Mel Gibson forever!
could be some sort of famous barbecue chef.
Could
It's
be
a porn star
could
with
be.
massive tits.
Possibly porn star, though. He's possibly got a lethal weapon in him somewhere.
Oh,
Come on, that was going to get one Mel Gibson bad pun in there.
Mel's a girl's name. You know, short for Melanie or something.
but anyway, they've got our bloody armored car that they paid a fortune for.
I'm just surprised that they've got it up and going.
It looks like it's got a little bit of damage, but yeah, it is going, and it screams by you because you're clapped out, running on the rim, and
Considering I have my laptop, am I able to try and track the car?
it's not got things like that, has it?
Well, I don't remember. It's been a while.
Well, you never fitted any kind of homing beacon or GPS beacon to it or anything like that.
No, that's true.
So yeah, it zooms past you, and it apparently is in possession of a punk who's a fan of Mel Gibson.
Motherfucker, you mad bastard!
Perhaps we should fix his front wheel.
Aye. Well
Sounds a good
volunteered.
idea, actually.
Okay, so
Fix the wheel, fix the well, we can't fix the fucking suspension, but actually need a garage.
can I have a Mechtronics plus strength check, please?
Yes.
Strength.
Yeah, who's fixing it? Because it sure as hell ain't me, because I have no Mechtronics.
That's a 15 for me,
All right, you're still better than me.
which I passed.
Okay, yeah, you change the tire, no problem. You find a spare, and you get back in the cockpit and drive on, and it's a bit more comfortable, but you still have no suspension.
Catch that armored car.
It's a lot quicker.
It's a Winnebago.
Your engine's still knackered. But anyway, up ahead you see.
Fucking thing's slower than that bastard who was driving it, for fuck. When are we going to catch that fucking... Jesus.
Up ahead
When we
you
do
see.
catch you, we're going to fuck them over. Possibly with those...
All right. Keep your balls on.
You see Australia's shuttle port. So there is landfall right in front of you. You've got big building, armoured security fence around it, second armoured security fence around it, guard towers all around with heavy weaponry and guards in full armour and all this kind of stuff. Loads of guards around the roof of the building, all pointing their guns outward. It says, "Welcome to Australia, the sunny country."
Is that supposed to be a joke?
Yeah, it doesn't look that inviting, I must say.
Well, there's barely anybody here. It's big desert.
Oh, boy.
And so you arrive at the security checkpoint. You're the only vehicle there, and you drive up, and there's all these heavy guards in front of you. Oh, yeah, okay. So you got a moment before because you see you're approaching it. So
yeah, we can't go through the checkpoint with this. All these drugs.
But you've got a ton of places to hide it in a Winnebago.
Yes, I definitely stashed them away.
Okay, could you make a stealth plus intelligence check, please?
Stealth plus intelligence.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not too bad.
And tell me how much you pass or fail by, because they have a modifier.
I failed by 1.
Okay, so you pull up at the security gate, and you've got the security guards there, and they immediately fan around. They've got all these heavy weapons, Gatling guns, and lasers, and all sorts of industrial-grade weaponry. They're all in heavy armor, and they get the drug dog out to sniff around the Winnebago. They let it on board to sniff around. And, yeah, all right there. How you doing today? You come to Australia, eh? Yeah, must be fucking mad.
Aye, we are a bit.
Says the security guard. He also has no teeth, by the way. You gotta be fucking crazy coming here. What's your business in Australia?
Fucking, funnily enough.
Fucking. What, like Kate Blanchett?
Who's Kate Blanchett?
If she's available.
She's the queen of well, we call her the queen of dentistry around here.
Queen of dentistry.
What? As in the woman who dresses like that queen with the ruff.
Oh yeah, she came through earlier. No, nothing like her. No, Kate Blanchett. She's an agent.
Oh. Okay.
Not
Well,
familiar.
we're an agent. Right.
We heard that she was missing, so assumedly you're here to find her, are you?
Something like that. It's complicated.
Well, she was last seen. I mean, she's the biggest importer of dental hygiene goods in the country. Anyway, she was last seen. If you're looking for her, that is, somewhere near the settlement of New Rolf Harris. It's a few hours. It's a few hours drive out east. If you are heading out that way, just a little word of warning: the scavengers do like to set up ambushes on the road out toward New Rolf Harris. Usually between the Danny Ruins and the Three Ways Junction, it's kind of where they'd like to hit you. Well, it's not just the scavengers. You've also got the Mel Gibsons, of course. It's one of the local gangs around here. Just let them through with an armoured personnel carrier. I wasn't going to fucking argue with that, frankly.
That was
just let that fucker through. Oh, that was yours. Oh,
Aye.
So what? You're part of the you're part of the Mel Gibsons.
No, they stole.
Oh, I think fuck for that, because that cunt's been angry ever since he didn't win Best Actor.
Mel's a he?
Oh yeah, it's a bloke, and he's really pissed off. Won an Oscar for directing some shit, and now like everything he does is styled around this film he made once. But yeah, he's such an angry man because he never won the Oscar for Best Actor, which is why I think personally, I seriously suspect he's done a hit on Kate Blanchett because she won. She won it. What was their thing? What was their flick Kate Blanchett won for? Billy? Oh yeah, Blue Jasmine. That was it. And she also got supporting actress once as well, The Aviator. Yeah, Kate Blanchett. Oh, she is hot, right? Isn't she hot? I'd do it. I'd do it with the most powerful toothbrush I could find.
Oh, it's funny you should say that.
Really?
We do have some very powerful toothbrushes.
Ah, fantastic. I think I'll have to confiscate one of those. Hope you don't mind.
No,
confiscate a box if you want.
confiscate.
Sorry?
You can take a whole box if you want.
A whole box? Fucking hell, no way, I'd explode.
Oh, come on, you can take it.
I've only got 3 holes and one of them's cybernetic. It's been tracheotomy.
I've got a skull cap.
We look. I can see you're a man of distinction, a real big spender, and I'm sure that you can take them all. You're well equipped to take it all.
I'll take 2. It's as much as I can handle.
If the man can only cope with 2, just give him 2.
Okay. I sort of present them to him.
Holy fuck, Colgate. Not bad. I mean, I was going to try one of these new Costa ones, but this'll do.
No, these are the
fucking
fucking
range.
We tried Costa, they're not as good.
Well, yeah, I had heard a rumour they weren't meant for non-oral use.
Aye, well. These are much better. They pack a punch.
Well, thank you very much. In that case,
well, we did tell the Costa people that they could take their toothbrushes and stick them up their arse, but it appears that was actually their purpose. So it was a bit of a
compliment there.
Flat. Yeah, it
was
wasn't quite
before.
Anyway, if you do see Kate Blanchett, send her my regards. We're always delighted to have her pass through our security checkpoint. We like it when she chooses our gate because she's a bit of a hottie, and that'll be great and all. So yeah, good luck finding her. But yeah, until you want to sell your Colgate too, anyway, eh?
See you later then.
No worries. An advert comes on and I've written it down the bottom.
Aircock Dental.
My teeth. I did say, like, a last resort, the toothbrush can be great for women. I just wasn't expecting him to use it. He really likes a prostate massage.
What can I say? Nothing. I'm just going to drive.
And you drive off.
Look, he didn't find the drugs, so all good.
Okay, and it's at that point you're now sort of in the Shuttleport proper, and of course you've got banks and banks and banks of barbecues or cooking shrimp. You've got a bar for Foster's. Like this is a big place. You have a bar for Foster's and a bar for Castle Mine Forex, and then there's a shuttle landing pad which doesn't look like it's been used in 8 years. And then you kind of drive up to the main gate to sort of get through this road, and it opens up slowly. It sounds a bit rusty, and it creaks as it opens, and then immediately the tarmac ends.
Oh, off road.
Right. I turn round to the other two and says, right. So I just want you to sort of clarify things. You want me to drive off-road in a Winnebago without suspension?
Have we got any snow chains?
We can check in the back. I'll look in the back for snow chains just in case.
This fucking truck is going to last 2 seconds.
Ramp up the aircon. That's all we got.
I'm going to the phrase is gingerly go forward.
Okay, you do so, and as you do, you discover that if you've got a filling, you've lost it. So the road kind of shakes you around with this lack of suspension.
I thought it meant like disintegrator because the sun's so hot or something.
No, it's just like this. It's just uncomfortable in a whole level of uncomfortable. And are you like yeah, pretty much like that. So are you like listening to radio or anything like that at all out of curiosity?
I think we'd have the radio on.
Yeah,
I think it's reasonable. So you're listening to the radio, and it's playing Rolf Harris, of course, Two Little Boys, not creepy at all. And as you
Can we not change to Hugh Jackman station?
well, the thing is, by the time you've gone half a mile, which doesn't take very long at all, the radio starts crackling, and then you lose the signal completely, and there's just nothing on any channel. You can go right through the dial. It's not even remotely anything like a signal.
I didn't think we'd be out in the middle of nowhere so quickly.
It is desert, just and this sort of rickety old road. And you're driving along, and you, after a little while, you come across there's a couple of tents by the side of the road. There's a naked woman, looks about 50, 60, no teeth.
What, just walking beside the road?
No, she stood next to a tent.
Oh.
okay, guys. We'll just be careful. This is a tense situation here.
Well, it might be part of this ambush he was talking about.
That was just screaming to be said.
I know.
Dear God.
Thank you.
Could be part of the ambush.
It's a little bit suspicious.
Is she facing us?
No, she is currently, she's stood there naked, but with a knitting needle. She's only got the one. She's trying to knit, but using a finger and a knitting needle. It's a little bit lopsided. You think it's a round scarf.
She's obviously lost her clothes.
Perhaps it's this Kate Blanchett woman.
Hey, we've got that pimp's coat. We could just chuck her that.
We could, yes.
Yeah, you've got a whole wardrobe full of pimp clothes.
Unfortunately,
Okay, I'll take out two.
If it's a fur coat you give it, she might think it's just a really big ball of wool and start fucking knitting it.
Don't care. It's a gesture.
So you're pulling up beside her, are you?
I'm going to slow. I'm going to slow enough. I'm not stopping. I'm going to slow enough so you can toss the coat out at her.
Well, I was going to take two. It's like, these are for you.
Yeah. Specifically, toss it over her.
Okay. She immediately grabs the coat that's got these sort of big buttons, and then she yanks the button off and starts fondling herself with it.
Okay, drive faster.
Go.
You keep going.
Right. The next time we see a charity case, they're not getting anything from us. Fuck that shit right now.
I have thought of an idea though with the rest of the toothbrushes. If we're able to sell,
I could have given her a toothbrush. That could have helped.
No, it's too valuable. Like people obviously want them here. If we're gonna sell any of the crazy kiosk shit, we just say we throw in a toothbrush as well.
Oh, that is a good idea.
I like that idea. I think we're all on the same vibration.
I
Aye.
have numerous dental attachments. They are available for 100 credits.
I didn't realize you
I
were a
also-
fetish doll as well.
I also have full dental programming available for 150 credits.
Ooh,
Oh,
that
good
could be
God.
extra down here.
Oh,
Well,
good
hey,
God.
we can sell that as well.
What, that she's going to be the
No. The model. If they're programmed to do dental stuff, everybody here needs a dental appointment, obviously.
they don't need a dental appointment.
Have you seen their
Dental,
teeth?
no, a dental appointment is the occasional crown, the odd filling, and a bit of a clean. They're
Okay,
beyond
okay.
fucking dental appointments. They need a
Candy,
dental fucking surgeon to
Candy.
replace. Take somebody else's mouth and graft it on.
Are you programmed to completely reinstall teeth?
Of course I can.
Even if there's literally one tooth left?
I could accomplish such a thing if you purchased the 150 credit dental surgeon upgrade and 50 credit dentistry utensil upgrade.
There you go, you see?
Yeah,
For 200 credits, I could rebuild somebody's mouth.
that's going to sell like hotcakes, don't you?
Aye.
Okay, I'm sorry about the need to clarify this, but I've been on the road for too long. When you say that you can rebuild someone's mouth, do you mean with or without anesthetic?
Anesthetic is a 25 credit option.
Yeah, I thought that was coming.
To be honest, it's
Oh,
Australia. They probably don't care. They're tough as nails.
um, um, I'm just going to leave that hanging and keep driving. Yeah,
Ooh,
the idea,
Chris.
the
I've
idea that
just
she's
got
gonna,
5,000 slip credit.
the idea that she's going to go all Corbin Burnson on them.
As you're driving
Really?
along, you see a burnt out ute by the side of the road.
A what?
A ute. It's like a pickup truck.
Okay.
Aussies like their pickup trucks, but with big V8 engines in.
Utility.
Because fuck the planet, they're Australians.
Steve's got another plan of attack there as well. We could
Yeah,
potentially.
I've just seen it as well. I like that.
I wasn't sure.
If they
We
like
don't
it,
even know who
that's-
Kate Blanchett looks like.
Okay, so you've noticed the hole in the plan, but I'm sure someone does.
Yeah, massive hole. A giant orifice of a plan.
Let's not start with orifices. I'm still trying to get that security guard's fucking. I only want 2 toothbrushes out my head.
Hey, dude, we were security guards once.
Yeah, and we never needed toothbrushes in any of our orifices on a regular basis, apart from
no.
regular toothbrushes for regular oral hygiene.
But that's because we had World of Warcraft. They don't. They have to entertain themselves somehow. We don't know what Mel Gibson looks like either, Steve.
But that's the beauty of the plan, though. We might not know what Mel Gibson looks like, but no one knows what Mel Gibson looks like in drag, so we could get away with it.
Actually, yeah, he did a film in drag.
Did he?
Mm.
I'm amazed, given his reputation.
This is going
Well,
to turn into Priscilla, Queen of the
No,
Desert.
it wasn't so much a film in drag. Like he was like body swapped with a woman or something.
Oh,
I never saw it, but I don't remember exactly. But so he was like in drag in order to be filmed, but I think like in the mirror it was a woman or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. I never watched it, so I don't know. But he was trying to get an Oscar by crying because he thought he knew how estrogen affected the body. And so he thought, if I cry, I might get an Oscar, but he failed again.
He barely understands testosterone, let alone estrogen.
Yeah. Oh, yes, well, there's a reason the Mel Gibsons are the bad guys in this.
Also, they need hormones.
All right, so yeah, you see this burnt out ute, and as you go on, you actually see there's quite a few tents up ahead, and a number of burnt out utes, and a couple of vans. They look like wrecks, but you can't be sure from a distance if any of them work. And you're heading towards they're just kind of tents set up around the road.
This could be the ambush.
It could be.
Anyone got any binoculars? I suppose I got my sniper gun.
Yeah, you got a scope.
Oh, okay. I could search around in the Ute or in the Winnebago if you wanted.
I think I'll take precautions and sort of lean out of one of the side windows of my scope and just start peering around a bit.
So you have a look down. I would like you to make a perception plus observation check, please.
Okay. Yes, made it by 4.
Okay, what you see children running around, adults they look emaciated, but they look like they've had a very hard life and it's only the strong who survive kind of look.
Okay.
They've got piercings are quite common, but the piercings aren't normal piercings. They've been improvised out of things like nuts and bolts and bits of wire, coat hanger in one case. They've had to make do, they're not got the facilities in all the fancy shops. That's all I'm saying. Don't judge. But yeah, no, it's some kind of like ultra poor peasant community. There appears to be one shop you can see through your scope as well. You can just make out a Foster's bar, and it's been set up next to a public toilet.
Well, that's suspicious.
That's
I mean, when I say a Foster's bar, what I'm talking about is 3 boxes, a lump of wood between some taller boxes, a makeshift sign that says Foster's, and behind it is a hole where there's a bloke pissing. And there's some pipes coming out the hole into a barrel.
I was going to say, obviously very keen recyclers there.
Aye.
Yes. I would like to just suggest at this point, and I admit I may be being culturally insensitive, but I think we should avoid the Fosters.
Aye. Thing is, even if it's just genuine people, even if we try and sell stuff, they're not going to be able to afford anything.
No, and we really can't give away free stuff. I mean, we saw what happened last time.
Yeah, we'll avoid that if we can. And we want to hang on to our toothbrushes and stuff.
Aye.
Is there anyone here in Australia can have enough cash to buy one of these dogs?
I'm starting to think possibly not.
Don't forget, these aren't proper settlements. These are just people who live in by the road. Like, these are the people without homes that you're seeing. You haven't got to a settlement yet.
Okay. Maybe a new Rolf Harris.
Possibly. It sounds like a popular place.
Well, it's where the biggest importer of dental hygiene products is based, yes.
Do we know where it is yet?
Kate Blanchett, which is missing.
In fact, what I might do if there's
You were told this at the security gate. Did you not pick up on that?
No.
Yeah.
Do you know where it is yet? Rolf Harris, do you know what it is yet?
Oh, fuck.
I said, do you know? What? I said, do you know where it is yet?
Yeah, but that's not. Do you know what it is yet? That's not his catchphrase. Come on.
No, I had to paraphrase a little because
I was.
you know what it is yet. Didn't
Fit exactly. That's why I didn't see it. That's why I didn't realise you were trying to pun, but failing, of course.
Am I able to get some kind of equivalent of 4G on my laptop out here?
No, nothing.
Okay.
Like you can't even get static. There's that little.
Not even on the world data pad.
No, it's just there's no connections to anything.
All right. Okay.
Seriously,
do our speakers work, or does that rely on some sort of network?
Yeah, relies on a network and relay towers. They don't work.
Oh, good.
Oh, balls.
Where's this?
You're in the middle of nowhere.
We're in the middle of nowhere. There are strange people beside the road. Whole communities of extremely poor people that I have this great mixture of sympathy and contempt for. Sympathy that they're there, contempt that they're not able to actually buy our products and are therefore worthless to us. Just going to keep driving.
Okay, so as you're just driving along the road, yeah. So there obviously gets a point where people in the village suddenly, or makeshift shantytown, suddenly see you because they hear this Winnebago bouncing down the road. You probably hit a pothole, announcing your presence to the world as you do so.
Yeah, probably because when we hit the pothole, you had this loud thwack and three people going, "Fucking hell!" hit the roof or something.
So anyway, somebody's, hey! And then people start running around. People emerge from tents, and you see as this one particular person leaves his tent, you can see there's a plasma screen TV in there. And they all come, like, it comes out as wearing barely any clothes. Like, really looks poor, but he had a plasma screen TV because you saw him,
God.
Watching a very old DVD of Braveheart. And
oh fuck!
Like and people are starting to sort of run around and stuff as you approach. And as you approach, they start banging on your Winnebago to stop you. You definitely see your hubcaps have gone. You see that in the mirrors.
Oh god. Okay, I grab a toothbrush out of the box.
Yeah, at this point,
throw it out of the window.
Stick my head out the window and say, "You may take our lives, but you'll never take our vehicle."
I throw a toothbrush out of the window and hope that
there is a right. Imagine for a moment, just for a moment, imagine you were in New Zealand watching the All Blacks having a scrum. That's what you see around the toothbrush, right?
Yeah.
You see at least 8 teeth flying in the air. 8 of them, like all 8 of them, are black.
All black.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Would happen.
Well,
More than I thought.
So there's a huge bundle of people all fighting over the electric toothbrush.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
a
DVD copy.
Sorry, I said I was being gingerly with the Winnebago. I'm going to speed it up somewhat.
Okay.
Floor it.
Somebody flings a DVD copy of the box of Braveheart at your windscreen, and it cracks the windscreen and embeds in there, and leaves your windscreen's kind of shattered, with this sort of DVD box set of Braveheart embedded through the screen. You hit a gigantic pothole as you go past the Foster's pub. And I'm going to need you to make a drive plus reflexes roll to keep control of the vehicle.
Drive, let me get my dice. Come to me, lovely dice. You're not fucking lovely dice, you bastards.
Oh dear.
So
going a bit quick. The Winnebago, with its lack of suspension, bounces into the air. You're on a corner here, but unfortunately, your steering wheels are airborne because of this huge dip and the fact you're going too quick. So your Winnebago effectively wheelies over the latrine. That's the good news. And then the front wheels come crashing down
No
into...
suspension.
Sorry?
No suspension.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Then the front wheels come crashing down into the brewery barrels, which of course are stored under high pressure. So high pressure urine spreads in a region of about 300 meters. Large quantities of urine. Then the rear wheels crash down into the toilet trench, and there's a sound of splatter. So with that, we'll take a short break.
This fucking place can piss off. That's what
We had trouble last time we was in Australia.
we always have trouble in Australia. Back in a sec. So yeah, we're back to the usual hijinks, the usual weirdness. Wow. It's corporation. Everyone is watching. Hi, Stephen. Hope everyone's enjoying the show so far. More to come.
Hey, Ronnie.
Hello.
Oh, Steve. What Women Want. Is that the film with Mel Gibson, was it?
Yeah, What Women Want. I haven't seen it. I think Stephen's right that he doesn't actually do drag. I haven't seen it, so I don't know if it's maybe one of those kind of dream sequence things in it, maybe. But I've never seen a film where he's done drag. He's about the only sort of big Hollywood sort of action star who hasn't done drag, I think. I mean, Arnie's done it. Kurt Russell's done it.
Mel Gibson is a twat, isn't he? He's all about being super macho, but he isn't actually that macho.
He's just a
twat.
I mean, I could almost forgive him if, in a moment of drunken stupidity, he said one thing one time and immediately held up his hands to it. But it's you know, it's a constant. He's at it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I just noticed the Ayers cock thing. I didn't see the cock part. I just saw Ayers Dental Emporium. It's like, what's funny about that?
Between that and the amount of complaints that Good Morning Britain have gotten this week.
For what?
They were interviewing Dominic West, and it the breaking news about Trump having COVID.
What Women Want? I remember that.
And they asked for, you know, because he'd made a lot of TV in America and so on, and they asked him, well, how do you feel? He said, well, I slightly jumped for joy when I heard. You know, a little bit of Schadenfreude involved.
And then did all the snowflakes get offended?
Yeah.
Not
because he wishes him that particularly ill will. It's just that he might realise now what.
Yeah, I do. I'm a decent moral person. You have to wish Trump ill. He is a fascist. He's potentially plunging the country into civil war.
I think that's what the guy said. That's what he meant when he said it. I think that's how he explained it.
Yeah.
Mm.
You know,
decent people wish Trump harm.
No, Trump is appalling.
Well, I mean,
I would hope that he has a learning experience from all of this.
He's 74.
You're not going to learn anything. He already knows best, according to him.
Well, he already did know how bad it was, though, didn't he? So
yeah, that's true.
it was recorded.
So what's he going to learn if he already knew how bad it was?
Although, of course, there is the theory that it's all a put on anyway.
Yeah.
I think the thing is that the problem with the put on is the problem of it all is the fact that it's even a believable scenario because it's Trump is really the point of it. You know, whether it's true or not is almost irrelevant to the fact that Trump's capable of it.
Yeah. And it does help his campaign in a number of ways. It gets him out of the debates that he was losing. And at the end of it, he can come out and say, I was saved by my miracle drug. Go buy my miracle drug. So we'll see.
I did inject bleach into my system.
No, I've seen
anyway.
Women Want. I thought that was Tom Hanks, but apparently not. But yeah, I remember seeing it ages ago.
No, this was the other day.
Oh, right.
This was the other day about him getting COVID.
No, I'm talking about Mel Gibson.
Oh, Mel Gibson.
What Women Want, the movie.
Yeah.
He can like read women's minds, so therefore he becomes empathic and sympathetic to their needs.
Mhm. Yeah. Anyway. Right. So yes, your Winnebago has now got its front wheels kind of in the air as the rear wheels embed themselves in this ditch, meaning you've got no drive wheels attached to the ground.
Oh, good. Something like that.
So is the back sinking further into this latrine, or
A little bit, yeah. It is, yeah. It's soft ground, and as you try to floor it to get out of there, all it does is you see spray.
Stop. We're going to need to push. We're going to need to push.
On you go then.
Oh, I kind of look at me. I'm fucking lanky. I kind of do it myself.
Yeah,
This guy.
I'm the guy who drives.
Come on then, Kevin.
oh,
There's a guy looks particularly drunk, staggering up to the Winnebago right now.
He looks pissed.
I got
Yep.
that.
He's definitely pissed.
In more ways than one.
He looks like his head is like heavily tattooed, but with hair.
That's not a good look.
It isn't. He has buttons pierced through his face.
buttons.
He has buttons, metal buttons. And
I'm now thinking back to that girl at the side of the road and having a very worried image.
he's got a ladle on his other cheek, piercing his face.
What, a full-size ladle?
Just the spoon part.
Okay.
Right, he's wearing a white string vest with like holes in the holes, like it's ripped. White string vest, and a pair of Y fronts that used to be white, but don't think have been changed since he was 20. He now looks late 30s, if not a bit older. And he looks proper angry, and he's coming at you. And there's an older guy behind him, like fuzzy grey beard, fuzzy grey hair, wearing what looks like it's like a naval jacket, and some sort of tattered navy coloured trousers. And he's sort of getting up off the floor, and he's like half covered in shit. You think is probably because of you, and he looks dead angry. He kind of gives a sort of a blow, and out of his smoking pipe comes some shit. And then there's the barman, who looks like a ripped surfer boy with gold curly locks and some sort of Hawaiian patterned type shorts. And he looks really annoyed because you've kind of just wrecked all of his stock that he's been brewing. So there's those three at the moment. And of course you're aware that behind you down the road is quite a lot of people. So if you take too long, they could well end up on the scene as well.
We're going to have to make a decision. We're either going to fight our way out of this or fuck our way out of it.
Well, we can try and push to start with, and if that doesn't work, we don't have to fight.
There's no way you're going to get this thing out before these three at least. We
either have to shoot these guys as an example and tell everyone else to fuck off, or we send out our pleasure model to diffuse the situation.
I don't even think I would be comfortable sending Candy out into that ship. Look, all we have to do, we can try and get them to help push in return for some toothbrushes.
Okay, I'm ready.
From the facial expressions of the three people in the immediate vicinity, they clearly mean to kill you.
Okay. That new rocket launcher I just gave you, Kevin. Maybe it's best to use it.
Yes, I will use my rocket launcher.
Okay.
Or some grenades, whatever. Maybe the grenades will help blow us out of the shit.
The rocket water is a light pistol or light weapon.
A light piss.
A light pistol, but yeah.
It's the only
Light
shot
firearm.
This is the only shot
Yeah. I'm if you guys are gonna fire this thing,
Well, Kevin.
just as it goes, I'm gonna stick my head out of the window and go, freedom!
I just wonder, are we in an explosive atmosphere?
Well, you fired it, yeah? So what's your excess? Because that matters with these weapons.
I didn't get an excess, I was spot on.
Okay. Oh, wait, no, sorry, it's that one. It's the AMS handheld rocket launcher. Fires light ballistic rockets, which are found in a munitions table. 3d10 damage to the guy with all the piercings and the sailor, we'll call him. The barman is out of the blast radius.
Okay, so that's 19.
19. Okay. Both of them look pretty. In fact, Grandpa dies, right, in the explosion. So he's blown the shit out, and then the explosion goes off, and he is blown back across the road. And you hadn't seen a telegraph pole in this country before, especially in a shanty town. You suspect it doesn't work, but for some reason there was one here left over from hundreds of years ago. Anyway, he goes through it, and apparently it was very rusted and falls to pieces, but it severs his head as he goes through this lamppost. The other guy, the guy with all the piercings, he gets sort of... The explosion goes off behind him, and he kind of stumbles forward, and you can see like his skin now is all blackened and bloody, and he gets up, and it looks like he's some kind of Viking berserker. And he tries to punch the door of the Winnebago that you've just fired through. So you must be the other side. You fired through the window, I assume. Yeah. He punches through the door, right? But he rolls 00, so he breaks 5 fingers and passes out from the pain.
And Kevin's going, "Ooh, look at this! I love this!"
Because I genuinely just rolled 00.
Wow.
Meanwhile, the barman goes, "Fuck this for a game of soldiers." Not that I have any concept of a soldier or sense of national duty, and grabs a shotgun from behind his bar.
So you can play that game.
And pulls both triggers at once. Definitely hitting, frankly, with that roll. So it's going to hit the person that just fired the rocket launcher. So shotgun. No, not that. No, where the bloody hell are shotguns? Combat shotgun. There we go. Well, your windscreen's already kind of gone, so it's not really offering any protection. So that just disintegrates in the hail of pepper spray, as it were, doing 13 mashing damage to your top half there, Kevin Bootle.
13.
Mashing as well.
Oh, hang on, and the other barrel.
Oh, Jesus.
21.
It was nice. It was
21
nice knowing you,
total.
Kevin.
Yeah, 21 plus the 13.
Ooh. I'm down.
So 34 mashing damage
Oh, no,
from this
not
double-barreled shotgun.
My shotgun hasn't even got any mashing damage. Must be a heavy duty one.
Damage.
What,
And
page
you need to shoot
37? That's the barman. He's just emptied his shotgun into Kevin Bootle.
Yep, I'm going to shoot the barman.
Okay.
No, you concentrate on what you're doing.
I think I'll go for a lie down.
Yeah. Yeah, everything in front of you just goes sort of black, and you feel the oxygen leave your brain, and you drop.
Aye.
Half a decent shot with me, and it won't matter. I'm going to shoot him.
Okay. So, Dale, take your shots.
I will. Unfortunately, I can't at the moment because I'm firing at someone.
So sorry. I apologize. He only gets the 13 damage. Doesn't get to roll the second one.
Oh.
Okay. Makes a big
Good.
difference.
It does a bit, doesn't it? So you are still standing.
Just a tad. Ah, but is it still mashing?
It is still mashing.
Is that the whole 13 that carries over then?
It's 13 mashing damage.
Yeah. Okay.
Less your armor, of course.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dale.
It's reflexes plus light firearms, isn't it?
Sounds about right.
Yeah, 3 hits then.
Who got yeah.
Okay. And roll. Give me the damage rolls individually because he hasn't got armor, but he
it's
does have
perception.
abs. Oh, perception.
It's perception for guns.
Perception.
Yeah.
That might change things. 2 hits then. It's only 2 hits.
2 hits. See it?
I've got those armor piercing rounds. I've got 2 AV on it.
Okay, that goes straight through his golden abs.
Yeah. Just fuck off, dice. Just fuck off. The first one was 1 damage,
Mm-hmm.
followed by 7 damage, totally 8.
Okay.
But both of those are AVs. That armor penetrating.
Yeah. Okay, and Danny, what do you do?
Is there room for me to try and slice him up with my katana? Because if not, I'll just get my shotgun.
Yeah, well, from where you are, you can basically sprint through the windscreen because it's gone, run down the bonnet, and sort of come down on him.
Okay, I shall do so.
Okay. Make your attack bracket S bracket.
Bracket S bracket.
Attack brackets attacks.
Oh, attack. Well, it's kind of coming down in 1, so I guess it'll be 1.
No, it's a rate 2 weapon of katana.
It is, but it depends then on damage.
Oh, I see. So
So I'm going to do 1.
let's see. Right. Okay.
And
If
I
you
make-
two-handed, rate of 1, 2d4 plus 2 times strength.
Yeah, I'm going to do it one-handed.
Okay.
Sorry,
He
two-handed.
doesn't get a defense bonus, so yep, you hits.
Yep. So 18.
18.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You come down through him basically with your katana, and then I'm afraid next turn you can't act because you're trying to remove him from your katana. He's embedded. But it's very dramatic running over the bonnet of the Winnebago, jumping down because the bonnet's kind of airborne a bit, Yeah, so you've dealt with them really quickly, but because you're outside the Winnebago, you can see there are people heading your way. They're running your way.
Guys, there's reinforcements. Can some of you come on the bonnet and try and seesaw it out of the shit?
Certainly.
Well,
And
possibly somebody
Candy
heavier.
delicately gets out of the vehicle, and then sort of climbs up on the bonnet in a very effeminate manner.
Well, I guess any weight will help.
I'll crawl to the front and just lie there a bit if Dale wants to drive still.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
Keep driving.
getting ready to floor it as soon as we get traction.
With the
I'll,
weight of 3 of you, I think this is going to come down to a roll. Who has the lowest strength plus endurance combination?
I've got 13.
Mine's 16.
Would be
Okay,
me, 'cause I'm-
So, well, not you because you're not on the bonnet, but Danny, could you make that roll for me then, please?
Okay. Oh, bang on, 13.
Okay, you just, the three of you bouncing in synchronicity, just get a little bit of purchase. The thing rocks forward or comes forward momentarily, and then it kind of goes up, and then you kind of repeat it as you're kind of struggling for balance as well. You do it a few more times until eventually you get purchase. Now, for you on the bonnet, Danny, Kevin, and of course for Candy, you're actually in the good position here because you are parallel with the front wheels. Dale, on the other hand, is behind the front wheels, and there is no windscreen anymore. Dale, you get -3 to looking good until you have a bath.
This place is really pissing me off.
If it's possible, I'm also going to give Kevin a med pack.
Yeah?
Ooh,
Yeah, absolutely.
How much do you get again for a regular med pack? It's not intravenous.
10.
10.
It's still 10, yeah.
Have a
Oh,
present.
that's pretty good. That's good.
Intravenous is just the advantage is you can do it as a free action. And you can just have one connected. That's the advantage. Because it's kind of primed and ready to go and already connected, basically.
I see.
Right. So yeah, you start heading out of this town, but you've got basically you're very much off the road at the moment and bouncing around with people on your bonnet. You can't see terribly well. So Dale, could I please ask you to make a drive plus perception roll to see if you can pick your way back to the road or if you're going to go through some tents?
I made it by 3.
Okay, so you managed to swerve your way through a few tents and get back onto the road. As Danny,
That's the thing.
as Danny, Kevin, and Candy try to climb through the windscreen to get back into the Winnebago, the last one to sort of come in is Candy. As you hit a gigantic pothole, and she's sort of holding onto the dashboard with her claws as her legs go flying in the air. A skirt comes up over her head, and eventually she sort of flumps unceremoniously into the footwell at the front. I apologise for my unladylike manner. The situation has unfolded outside of my control.
Nobody else was watching.
It's lucky we didn't lose you.
And then as you drive out of the town, you pass a load more burnt out utes and a couple of vans. And then you get onto the open road once more. And then you see some ruins. And there's a placard by this sort of ruined stone. It's kind of like brickwork, but crumbled, and it's sort of laid out. And there's obviously some big buildings here at one point, like a complex of some kind. And there is a placard, but it's too off the road. You'd have to sort of drive over. You're a half hour outside of that tent settlement by the time you get here. You'd have to drive over to take a look at it if you wanted to read what the placard is.
Actually, do we not have any of our weapons with some sort of telescopic sight on it?
Well, yeah, but you're in a vehicle bouncing around, and you're talking about reading a placard on a stone wall somewhere over there. I mean,
Yeah.
I tell you what, I'll slow down. Someone jump off, read the placard, and jump back on.
Okay.
You'd have to get out and go over, basically.
I'll do it.
Okay, so you get out.
Yeah.
And
Here's
you
the
walk
thing,
over.
not stopping. Slowing down, but not stopping.
I know.
It's going to take.
Stand in the door and cover Danny.
So Danny, then in which case, in order to do this, you'll actually have to run over to the placard.
Okay.
Right. So you do so. And you read it. It says, Dali Ruins, World Heritage Site. To protect the integrity of this historic building, it is surrounded by a minefield.
Ah.
This placard, incidentally, is bolted to one of the buildings.
Okay. I'm just slowly going to back away.
Okay. Now, the thing is, the Winnebago has moved. So you're heading toward the Winnebago.
Well, trying to, but if it's moved, I'll shout for him to stop.
Come on, Danny.
I slow it down completely as he's screaming for it to stop.
It's a fucking minefield.
Yes, being round here definitely has been a minefield so far.
No, a literal minefield.
At that point, put the brakes on.
Okay, you come screeching to a halt. Now, what you can see, Dale, is this road is clearly used. There's tracks through it. But the ruins don't stretch across the road or anything like that. It's one side of.
It's okay, Dale, we're safe.
But Danny definitely isn't.
Aye.
Follow your footsteps out.
Yeah. And then follow our tyre tracks to the...
I know where the Winnebago is. Fortunately, I have very good agility and reflexes, so...
Okay, so can you make me a perception plus stealth check as you try to edge your way out, following your footsteps as you recall them, but the ground is hard in places, and you're looking out for the telltale signs of mines?
I'm going to spend a conviction point to make it by 3.
Okay. So, you miss by what? No. I'm kidding. You actually missed by 7. No, so you get back to the road, and then you're quite able to walk back up to the Winnebago. You passed it with the conviction. It's fine. I'm only joking.
So, since we've gotten into this godforsaken fucking, well, not godforsaken so much as dental forsaken country, we've been pissed on, slightly self-inflicted, but still, we've been pissed on, attacked, and nearly blown up by a mine. There better be some real fucking gold in some of these hills, or I'm going to go back to Crazy Kiosk, and I really am going to go all out. I'm going to give Going Postal a whole new makeover.
All right. So you're back on the road, but you have now passed the Dali ruins. Now, because I swear you guys pay no attention to the plot that I give out, I'm just going to put it to the test here now. I will give a conviction point if, without prompting from our audience, one of you can actually tell me the fact you've been given about the Dali ruins already today. I bloody knew it. You don't pay attention to the plot, do you?
Kate Blanchett is in there?
Fuck's sake. See, this is why I keep it simple with you guys. I try and layer the plot. I try and give you, like, things you can pick up on. God damn it. It's only earlier this session.
There's a minefield around it.
I struggle to remember things week to week, right? Because I'm old and did loads of drugs in my youth. Right? But this was earlier in the session. Even I can... I'll give you a clue. It was at the checkpoint when it was all like, welcome to Australia.
Yeah.
Remember that bit?
So Kate Blanchett was seen at New Rolf Harris. It's on the way there.
Yeah, never mind. Okay. So you keep driving. As you do, the scenery starts to change a bit. It gets a bit more rocky and craggy. There's sort of, in the fields either side or the desert either side, and sometimes quite close to the road, there are large rocks. And then it's like the road kind of starts going down into a ravine.
Okay.
And
Ambush.
now you've got kind of rocky stuff, to the side, either side, like cliffs. As you keep following the road, and oh fuck me, that was a big pothole. And then, you are, and then you start to see the occasional tree in the rocks on the side of these slopes. And then I'd like you to roll for initiative.
I mean, considering I have mentioned the ambush a few times, you can't be that harsh on us. I was paying attention.
I know. And that's why they're not attacking first. That's why you're rolling for initiative.
And of course I rolled a 1. So I got a 9.
I keep again as D10 plus.
Reflexes.
Yeah.
Got a 10.
8.
Okay.
And sorry, what was yours, Kevin?
10.
Right. Let me look up their stat. I've got a note here of what page number these guys are on, but I wrote it here somewhere. I left a page out. Ah, there they are. Now, I swear that is the wrong thing. Because my notes say page 22, but I think that was a misprint. Bear with me. Yeah. Ah, there we go. There's our dudes. Okay, so I need to their initiative, right? So we'll have yes, they still act first. Right. So first thing that you guys become aware of is bullets start ricocheting all over the Winnebago. And unfortunately, you also become aware that your Winnebago has exactly no armor protection whatsoever because these bullets pass through one side and straight out the other.
Oh, good.
The next thing you notice is that as you sort of drive past a couple of rocks, these motorbikes kind of come out from the side and are sort of flanking you from behind. And then a ute pulls up into the road in front, and on the back it's got a couple of guys with shotguns, and they let's have shotguns. Actually no, aren't they supposed to have lasers? No, I'll give these guys on the back of the ute shotguns, and they start shooting, although it is quite long range. Although saying that, they both rolled well, one of them rolled pretty well, and does actually hit. Dale's on one side. Who's on the other side at the front with the ability to shoot out the side?
Be me.
Okay, so that one's hit Dale for 13. So you've been struck by a shotgun, Dale.
I'm now at -3.
Really? It's been weeks since our last engagement. So, it's been 5 days since Africa. So you've got at least 5 hit points from that, like just natural recovery.
I'm at 2 then.
Okay.
Ouch.
It pays to have
That
good
hurt.
agility and reflexes. You can just jump out of the way of everything.
You definitely need to heal up and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I do get the cougar out though.
Mm-hmm. It is Kevin's go.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to slow this Winnebago down. There's no way I'm gonna be able to keep driving. I've got a major injury on me.
It's not just that. There's a ute in the road in front of you.
I'll hang it with the side windows and start shooting at the guys.
Yeah, you got one side window basically. That's behind the kitchen sink. So you have to kind of lean over the kitchen sink to try and shoot at the cyclist. You're on a moving vehicle, so I'm going to give you -3 because you're on a Winnebago that's moving and you're climbing over the sink.
8. So I've made it by 1 with
Okay.
3.
Was that a Black Cougar though? It's rate 3.
Yes. We roll for each shot.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so that's another hit, and that is a miss. Oh, great. 3 points in total.
What? So, but I need the wounds individually because they've got armor.
Okay, so what? The first one was 1 under, and the second one was 3 under.
Oh no, not to hit. Sorry, the damage I need individually.
1 and 3.
Okay. Oh, wrong person. Right. Okay. Danny, you're next.
Mm-hmm. Have I got any room to get on the sink with Kevin in the nicest possible way?
You're in the passenger seat, so you're facing down. What you can see in front are these two guys with shotguns on the back of a ute. There's 2 people inside the ute as well, like in the cabin.
Mm-hmm.
Though they don't appear to be shooting right now. They're all punks. They all have blue war paint on, and they're all wearing kilts.
Is the DVD still stuck in the windscreen?
I know your windscreen got shot out, but you do have it somewhere in the floor well. It's a little bit tatty now, though.
In that case, I try and find a white cloth of some kind and tie it to the DVD box and hold it out and say, "Don't shoot. We're Mel Gibson fans. Mel Gibson forever and all that."
Oh, okay. Make me a presence plus lying and acting roll, but I'm going to make it -4 because you don't look like Mel Gibson fans.
How do we not look like him, like his fans? Because
you're not wearing a kilt and you haven't got blue face paint on.
God. So basically, I have to get 2 or less.
Yeah.
Oh God. This is not my strong point. Oh God. Do I spend a conviction and then fail it by less? No, I'll leave it for some other point. I'm saving it.
Blasphemy! Rage! And they all get out the blue spray paint and spray their teeth.
Can I try and, almost like a throwing knife, throw the DVD to try and hit one of them?
Yeah, go on. I'll allow it, but because you're on a bouncing Winnebago, it's -3 as well. I think. Yeah, but -3 because.
What kind of roll do you want?
Well, it's throwing is a support, isn't it? If I remember. Support weapon plus strength.
Okay. The strength, a -3.
Yeah.
No, missed by 2.
Okay, so you lob the Braveheart DVD with this white bandage tied around it, a white cloth, directly at them. It clatters off the back of the ute. And at that moment, one of them says, "I think that was Braveheart," and out gets the driver of the ute around the far side, actually, because it's gone past the ute. So the driver gets out, assuming it's a right-hand drive, but they don't drive on the left in Australia. So the passenger gets out and picks up the DVD and goes, "It is, you know. Well, shrimp me a barbecue." Anyway, Dale, your go.
Oh dear.
Freedom! We are Mel Gibson fans.
We don't look like Mel Gibson fans.
We just proved it by throwing the disc at him. Proof.
We've even seen his lesser stuff.
Right, you're driving a Winnebago.
We've seen Man Without a Face.
So, with its clapped out, banging, rattling engine, banging over the bumps. And you're going to hit the ute in front of you. And you're not really at ramming speed. So you can speed up or slow down or do something else, but conversation isn't really something you've got time for.
Yeah, slow down.
Okay, so you're bringing it to a stop.
Yeah.
Okay.
If we don't have speed for ramming speed with this thing, there's no
Well,
point.
you could accelerate. At no point has anyone tried to do the things you've done in every other car you got into, so I haven't told you what features the thing's got. So you could try hitting random switches.
I mean, it is a pimp, so it's probably just strobe lighting or something.
Strobe lighting might
Subwoofers.
actually be effective at this point. Especially if it bounces off their fucking teeth.
I'm going to tell you, there's a load of extra switches on this thing, and you don't know what any of them do. I tell you what, just to cover it, what we'll say is, as you hit a bump or another pothole, a panel falls open that reveals a number of switches. You don't have time to read them. You'd have to randomly press them, right? So you could try accelerating and hitting random switches, or you can stop. So there you go.
Right. So our choices are throw ourselves onto a live hand grenade, or stop and have the hand grenade thrown at us.
You think you've covered all the options, so yeah.
Fuck it. I'm putting pedal to the metal. Fuck it. If we're going to go down, we're going down with a fight.
Okay, and are you hitting any of these switches? I am going to arbitrarily say there's 5.
I'm going to hit number 3.
Just number 3.
I'm wounded and just trying to concentrate in the road. I'm not got time to bash about. I'm just going to go
Okay.
straight down the middle.
Okay. Well, I just rolled which one the nitrous was on.
Yay!
The
Okay.
nitrous.
Yeah, it's a pimp. How do you think he got over the bridge?
Yeah.
Plus, let's be honest, these guys are a mix between Braveheart and Mad Max. And what's Mad Max without the nitrous boost?
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, you accelerate at great velocity. I'd like you to make a rather strange thing here. Okay, I'm going to ask you for a support weapons. I think it is heavy firearms. Actually, I think heavy firearms plus presence roll. Right. This is for the nitrous flames out back onto the motorcyclist, or at least one of them.
Me.
Yeah. Because you just hit the nitrous. So presence plus heavy firearms. That's
Any
for
minus
the
on
flames.
this?
No.
Thank fuck for that. I say thank fuck for that because I am looking to roll under 7.
And it is definitely nitrous rather than nitrous oxide. We're not just going to start laughing, are we?
It's the same thing.
Missed by
If you
5.
inject it into the fuel system, it does
I
all
am
sorts
going
of
to spend
terrible
a
things.
conviction point and reroll.
They call it laughing gas even in the car world, don't they?
Well, that explains why the antagonist in Crash Team Racing is called nitrous oxide.
I hate this fucking game sometimes. I rolled 12,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
so I decided to spend a point of conviction to re-roll, and I rolled 11.
The dice giver,
Now,
the dice
if you
takers
spend
away.
another conviction, doesn't that mean you pass it by hitting it bang on?
No, I got to roll under 7 to do it.
Yeah, so you've just rolled 11. Do you have another conviction to give yourself a bonus of 4? Conviction can also be used to knock 4 off your roll. So if you have another conviction,
Yeah,
you could pass it.
all out of conviction by that, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Could you roll 2d20, please?
I don't have D20s out.
Okay.
Hold on. I've got my pen. And he's got his 2D20. You need them individually, or
no,
Right.
that's just your damage roll for the nitrous.
a total of 20.
Okay, so 20, and of course he's spraying his teeth with blue spray paint. So could you now roll a d6 for the mashing damage to his face?
Oh, right, damage to him. I thought you meant damage to Dale.
So that was 4, yeah?
Yeah.
So he's got 24, 4 of which is mashing. Okay, so the motorcyclist or one of the motorcyclists behind gets caught in the flames and goes up in a fireball, and he then crashes up the cliff doing a oh god, name bloody escapes me. The scream, Wilhelm scream.
Wilhelm scream, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the one. Now you're accelerating this vehicle at the ute. So I'm going to ask you to make I think it's going to be strength plus drive to just keep the thing ploughing through, because you've got to fight the wheel as it bounces around as it goes through this ute. So strength plus drive.
I have made that by 4.
Okay, so we'll have a d20 roll, please, for your ute's your Winnebago's velocity damage to this ute and its occupants.
I rolled 13.
Okay, so 9 damage passes through to the ute, and all the passengers then just take their AV off that. So that what happens then is you plow into this ute, it kind of bounces away and kind of semi-rolls as you drive through. Now, this mostly has the effect of, like, it wounds them, they get jostled around and stuff. But the passenger side guy got out from the cabin. He was just bending over to pick up a DVD of Braveheart that somebody had thrown. So he just stands back up to be met with the bonnet of the Winnebago, and he is never seen again.
He's a smear.
Yeah. So 2 down, 4 to go. And we go back around to it's their go. So the guys that were sort of on the back with their shotguns, they are basically now firing at Kevin through the side window. That is a I think I've lost the bloody page. I think they got enough of a penalty on the shot for that to miss. That guy hits, however, so that's 7 damage, less your AV. That's to Kevin. Then the driver of the ute goes, "Smoke me a shrimp, that was close," and starts his car. And then the other bike goes zooming past and tosses a Molotov cocktail in as he goes past. So the question is, does that hit? No, that's a critical fail. The Molotov cocktail bounces back and lands in the cabin of the ute, and there's an explosion. And I'll just wipe that guy out, because fuck me, I can't roll dice tonight.
You will find that there's at least 3 other people not complaining too much about the fact that you can't roll dice tonight.
That's critical fails, isn't it?
I double nined. I did a double 0 earlier, and I double 9 just then, and because it's an improvised weapon, that's got to count as a crit.
Yeah.
A crit
I'm
failure.
doing pretty well with rolls.
So,
Wow.
Kevin, you are next up. So,
Are we passing them now? Or are we leaving them behind?
yeah. So what you've got, there are 2 guys on the back of a ute who you're basically passing at the moment.
Mhm.
You can just sort of shoot back at them, as it were. They're in Yeah, sort of not close range, but close enough to shoot. And there's a motorbike that's just riding past your window during this turn, so you can shoot him as well. And he's very close range at one point during the turn.
I'll shoot him. Is it still -3?
I'd say so, yes. You're still on a Winnebago, and it's going even faster, and it's still bouncing around like a lunatic.
Fail. Fail. Fail.
Okay. So you shoot a Womp Rat, which is impressive because they're not on this planet. A kangaroo and an endangered
Be careful
wallaby.
not tying them down.
Yeah. So that's your go. So next up is Danny.
Okay, so are there any more motorcyclists left?
Yes. Yeah, there's one coming up to your window actually any moment now.
Okay. I'm going to activate my shield.
Hey!
I'd mention it, yeah.
There's your free action used.
Yep. And I imagine they're more in sniper range rather than shotgun range, are they?
No, they're really close. He is between the kitchen window and your passenger window, so he is close range.
Oh, is it 5 meters close?
Yeah. It's 3d10 mashing damage range.
Shotgun it is then.
Mm-hmm.
Only rate 1, but I do get a +4 given how close they are.
But -3 because you're on a bouncing Winnebago.
Still very good. So -3. That would so 13. Made it by 9.
Okay, roll your 3d10 mashing damage.
Yes, I will. Ooh la la. 18.
Okay, he is quite badly wounded by that. He even wobbles a bit on the bike, but he manages to hold it together. And he shouts, "Freedom!"
Freedom to get shot at.
Dale, your go. There is a motorbike alongside. If you try to sideswipe and you pass by 8, I will let you push him into a rock by the side of the road with an additional Wilhelm scream. Because you unlock 2 in the same combat, I'll give you a conviction point if you pull it off.
What would be the roll?
It would be a drive plus reflexes at -8.
Let's try it.
Please don't overturn the Winnebago.
Okay, I could possibly have overturned the Winnebago. I missed. I missed, and I really missed.
Is it a double?
No, thank fuck for that.
Okay,
No,
so
I was looking to get under 6, and I've rolled 14.
Okay, so you go to sideswipe, but he just sees you coming, turns off the road, and he actually rides up the banking slightly and goes around the rock. And then he comes back at you and tosses a grenade. And the question is whether that grenade goes through your window or not.
Go on, I just want you to keep up with your rolling.
Oh. Double 2.
Hey, I've got my field shield.
Well, it was nice knowing you guys. There's not going to be enough left of me to use a med pack on.
Will be enough to clone.
Oh dear.
What am I looking for? Grenade. There we go. Perfect. Did not expect that. Okay, so the grenade detonates in the cabin and gas starts coming out of it.
Oh. That kind of grenade.
Mm-hmm.
Can I try and dive for it and for it back out through the windscreen?
Yeah, absolutely. But you're going to take a lungful of it if you do.
I think we're going to get a lungful of it if we're staying here anyway. So
It's green gas.
green gas.
Mm.
What's green gas?
Green's always
Very
bad.
nice.
Toxic.
Mhm.
It can't be as bad as Dale after curry night. So
Didn't mention me after curry night.
yeah, can I die for it and try and throw it out the window? Then that's what I'm going to try and do.
Okay, you're going to try and make the ultimate sacrifice. Can you make an endurance plus support weapons roll, please?
Oh, you should be fine.
Yes, I made it by 2.
Not enough. So you successfully throw the grenade out of the window, but you do take a lungful of this stuff.
Oh, so what the hell is it?
No, I just said you took a lungful of it. I didn't say it impacts you.
Oh,
It doesn't make him a Braveheart fan, does it?
Oh God, no! Anything but that.
Okay.
Patriot is a wonderful piece of work. And Mel Gibson and Hamlet.
Right, lose a conviction point for even saying that on video. Danny.
No.
So has he managed to get the grenade back out of the window?
Yeah, it tosses it out the window.
It's
Okay.
even more worrying now. It's got no effect.
I kind of get out of, I guess I'm near my seat, so I get out of my seat and I go over and say, Kevin?
There's still a
okay?
motorbike out there trying to shoot
Oh,
you through the window.
Okay, fine, I'll shoot the fucking motorbike.
Well, I'm just saying it is still there. I just thought,
Yeah,
in
yeah.
case you've forgotten,
No.
because
No point.
Hmm.
I had slightly forgotten. Right, do I still get a -3?
yes, Fred, you're still on a Winnebago with no suspension. Going quite quick with nitrous flames out the back.
Made it by 4.
Okay.
You do realize the reason I've not turned off the nitrous is simple. After days and days of inching and gingerly going along and all the rest of it, I'm enjoying this turn of speed.
16.
16
nice.
damage.
Yeah, I did 18
Okay.
last time. I got 16 this time.
Okay. So you shoot him. Now, one arm explodes in a kind of goes up the banking, but kind of forward of the bike. An arm and his crash helmeted head land inside the Winnebago through the various open and smashed windows. His body goes backwards back down the road, and the bike carries on.
Oh, I'm quite impressed I've managed to sever him in several directions. It is a shock.
Yeah, well, you push the body back so far where you hit at close range, and he was in such bad shape anyway that like some of his body parts kind of it's like equal and opposite reaction. So yeah,
Okay.
but the bike carries on. The other two that are on the back of the ute by now, they're fluffing around trying to pull their friends out the ute and trying to get it started, but actually neither of them actually know how to drive. So they're arguing over that and making sounds in the engine and stuff, and then you disappear into the horizon with your afterburner going, and then you get to a fork in the road.
Fuck's sake.
Is there a signpost for new Rolf Harris?
No.
I'm going to slow down at this point. At this point, I will actually turn off the nitrous
Mm-hmm.
and slow down a bit, because I have this horrible feeling that if we keep this nitrous on, the answer to the question, is there a road sign, will be met by blank. Blurred, wee big blur as we go flying fucking past, unable to read it because we're going at such a speed.
Okay, you kill the nitrous, and it's amazing. It's like it's completely silent. All you can hear now is the tyres going over the gravel.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
oh, that's odd because like when the engine's running, you've got power assisted steering, but when it isn't, so yes, there's a fork in the road. It goes either way, and you can see like there's some trees starting to sort of scattered around, and you can see down one of them there is an old knackered road sign. But it's kind of obscured by branches. It's covered in mold. You'd have to wipe it off and stuff to read it. But that's down one of the forks in the road. You can't turn the vehicle in that direction. No, you're going straight ahead. And opposite this junction are two things. There's a rock and there's some marsh.
We appear to be between a rock and a marsh place.
Aye.
But like you've got no hydraulics at all, and turns out this vehicle has hydraulically operated brakes.
Oh,
And we will pick this up, of course, next week.
Hopefully we're just crashing and not sinking.
yeah.
No, you crash and sink, that's the point. But yes.
Oh,
Yes, but I
it's
was
not crash and burning.
So that's it for this week, guys. I hope you've had a great
Okay.
time.
Yeah, definitely. And speaking as a Scotsman, and I know Stephen agrees as well, you know the difference between Braveheart and Lord of the Rings. At least Lord of the Rings has the honesty to say it's a piece of fantasy.
Yeah. I mean, come on. Like, I was trying to think, oh, what's Australia famous for? Because I need to get some of these things in. So I thought, Rolf Harris was the first thing that came to mind. I mean, come on, that's got to be either the bad guys or a place like New Rolf Harris or something. But then I thought of Mel Gibson. I thought, now there's the bad guys, all dressed up in kilts with their staff shouting freedom. So Rolf Harris is the settlement. And then I thought, well, we need something that's like good for the agent. So let's have Kate Blanchett, because like, come on, it's awesome. So that was basically my thought processes there. And apparently that was 3 pages of notes, and you did them all. Although you didn't do all the content because you didn't talk to people, you shot at them.
Well, we were somewhat worried that the lack of teeth meant there was an appalling lack of diction. It didn't seem that we'd be able to talk to them just with fucking.
It didn't seem.
But I was going to do my Australian accent with a lisp. Anyway, so no, there was information you could have found but didn't. But the story is not over yet. And we will continue it next Saturday at whenever we meet, 8 o'clock or something. And until then, thank you very much for watching, Steve. Adios.
See you, Stephen.
We will see you on
Monday.
Monday for Masks of Arthur Tapp.
Yeah, that's Hotep.
No, Neil Arthur Tapp.
Neil Arthur Tapp, yeah.
Yes, we're in corporation at the moment. It's Neil Arthur Tapp.
It's Neil
Maybe
Arthur.
you said Monday.
Right then.
Anyway.
Adios. Take care. Bye-bye.
No,
Cheers, Steve.
Bye.